Imagine this. You are expecting a $3,000 tax refund, but when it hits, it's gone instantly. Why? Because your spouse owes back taxes or child support, and the IRS decided to take it. It's frustrating, right? But there's actually a way to protect your share of the refund. It's called injured spouse relief. Let's get right to this. Here's how this all works in plain English. Now, if you file together with your spouse and your spouse owes a debt, federal taxes, child support, state taxes, student loans, or any of those type of things, the IRS can go in, take the entire refund to pay off what your spouse owes. But if that debt is not yours, you can file a Form 8379 injured spouse allocation. This lets the IRS know that, hey, wait a minute, I do not have that debt, and part of this refund belongs to me. Now, because the IRS believes that debt is debt, all of it's yours, who's ever, if your name is on the tax return and your spouse's name is on the tax return, it's not automatic, so you have to request it. You can file with your tax return or after the IRS takes the refund. Either way. And if you qualify, you'll get your share of it back. It usually takes about 8 to 12 weeks, maybe a little bit longer because of the way things are going these days. But it is worth it because you do not want the IRS to take all your money and keep it, and then actually you're supposed to get some type of a refund. Okay, so here we are on Form 8379. Again, that's called the Injured Spouse Allocation. And as you go through, you see here, it says that you should fill this form out. This is asking you if you should or not, and your answers are going to let you know if this is the right form for you. So first you're going to put in the year that you're filling this form out, or what tax year you're doing it for. Then, did you file a joint return? Of course, you're going to answer yes because you're trying to make sure that you attach this to your joint return. Or if you're going to follow up a joint return, the only reason you're doing this is because you're an injured spouse. So, yes. Then you're going to go forward and say, did the IRS use the joint overpayment to pay something else like child support, federal taxes, etc.? You're going to either say yes or no. It should be yes. Are you legally obligated to pay this past due amount? And then if you're not, if the other person or your spouse is the one that's responsible for that and it's not you, then you're going to click no, go on to 5. And were you a resident of a community property state? So I am in California. California is a community property state. You either say yes or no here. And you have to put down what, if you are, put down which state. If you're not, put no. Then go on to the next one. Did you make and report payments such as federal income tax withholding or estimated tax payments? Then you answer that. Did you have earned income, wages, etc.? Answer that. Even if you were self-employed and you had income, make sure you answer that yes or no. Did you claim the earned income credit or additional child tax credit? And then, did or will you claim a refundable tax credit? So if you are supposed to have a refund and if you have a credit that's refundable, then you're going to say yes or no. Then you're going to go on to part 2. This is the information about the joint return that you filed. You're going to put your name, your spouse's name, social, etc. And then check which one of you is the injured spouse. Check this box only if you want your refund issued in both names. So if you want your refund in both of your names, then you check that box. If you just want it in yours, don't check any box. The injured spouse on here will get the refund. Do you want any injured spouse refund mailed to an address different from the one on your return? Yes or no? And then we're going to go to page 2. Now, part 3 is the allocation between you and your spouse. So, in other words, the income that you made, the deductions that you had specific to you, probably if you're supposed to get the refund, you're going to separate that out to make sure that you get your fair share of the refund. Okay, so you're going to have your income, you're going to put that there. You're going to show amount shown on the joint return, and then the amount that the injured spouse made, if it's income, and then the amount that the other spouse made. Okay, and then so on and so forth. You're going to do that with the adjustments to income, the standard deductions, and these can relate right back to your 1040. So you'll find this title on the 1040, and you'll put that information here. And then make sure that you have the information for each of you separated between the two. Okay. Then as you go down, you have all that information, and then you're going to both sign. Well, actually, no, the injured spouse signs and dates, and then puts their phone number. And then if you had somebody prepare it, you have them put their information on here. And then you attach this to your 1040 and you submit that to the IRS.
Hey, have you had a chance to join the family yet? If not, go ahead and click the subscribe button and join the family today. And also turn on those notifications so that you can know exactly when we're going to post here on the Financial Spotlight channel. All those juicy financial tips and tricks for you. We'd love to have you.